Causes of poverty in Nigeria. Cause and consequence of poverty in Nigeria: collapsed economy, corruption and poor governance, systems and constitutions of the state, moral decadence of the people, corruption. Nigeria is a country with a high poverty rate. There are many causes of poverty in Nigeria. The government should be aware of it to control the situation and much more development in the country. Poverty in Nigeria caused by corruption. Poverty in Nigeria is the plurality of households in Nigeria that live on less than $1 per day. The ranks of the Nigerian poor are growing, as evidenced by rising levels of absolute poverty and relative poverty. At the same time, corruption and mismanagement by politicians, overdependence on oil, subjective standards for poverty, as well as a resource curse contribute to the problem. Poverty in Nigeria is one of the most serious economic problems facing the country, with more than 100 million Nigerians living in absolute poverty. It is estimated that at least 30% of Nigerians today live below the poverty line, meaning that they do not have enough to adequately feed themselves and their families, a problem which has not been solved despite Nigeria being one of the richest oil-producing countries in the world. In 2010, the government estimated that around 90 million people were living on less than $1 per day and over 120 million people on less than $2 per day, though these figures are disputed. Many reasons have been given for this persistent and increasing level of poverty, including corruption at every level of society and chronic underinvestment in social services by all levels of government. Poverty in Nigeria caused by lack of good jobs. The key reason for poverty in Nigeria is the lack of good jobs, which directly affects wages, incomes, and consumption in Nigeria. This has made the country fall behind its neighbors in terms of the poverty level as well as living conditions. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa. Despite this economic strength, Nigeria's population is approximately 100 million people, and around 80% of them live in poverty. These challenging facts stem from a lack of good jobs. Office and retail work are occupied primarily by foreigners, leaving Nigerian citizens to compete for low-paying jobs that are often illegal or unsafe. Poverty in Nigeria caused by weather/climate change. The latest study shows that poverty in Nigeria is caused by a lot of reasons. Some of these reasons include climate change. The temperature change is caused by the rich country's activities like burning fossil fuels that emit greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases trap heat and make the Earth's surface warmer. Poverty is a problem in Nigeria that is affecting millions of people. Poverty is most notable in rural areas, which have been greatly affected by climate change and weather hazards. The poor, who are poor because they do not own any resources, are forced to borrow money they are wholly unable to repay. That has exacerbated the problem in poverty. Most rural areas have low literacy levels and thus do not know how to avert the effects of environmental degradation or to prevent it from happening again, thus making them remain poor. Poverty in Nigeria caused by social injustice. Poverty in Nigeria is the result of social injustice and inequality among the people. Nigeria is one of the largest countries in Africa, with a population of more than 100 million people. Despite its abundance of natural resources and wealth, Nigeria has a solid tradition of social injustice, especially in the rural areas. Beyond any doubt, the roots of poverty in Nigeria, as elsewhere in Africa, are essentially related to colonial history and neocolonialism. The word poverty conjures an image of hunger, homelessness, and malnutrition, but for many people living in Nigeria, poverty is about a lack of social justice. We talk about extreme examples of people living on the streets or starving children, but what about the millions of Nigerian people who are forced to survive on less than £1 a day? Poverty in Nigeria caused by lack of food and water. With the increase in the population of Nigeria due to its several years of economic boom, the country has become a target for several non-communicable diseases. Lack of food and water are among the many consequences of poverty in Nigeria. Nigeria, a highly populated country in Africa, has one of the highest poverty levels in the world. According to Wikipedia, poverty is characterized by insufficient access to basic human needs, which often results in malnutrition, common diseases, and even death. Nigeria's main cause of poverty can be attributed to a lack of food and water. For example, farmers in Nigeria cannot afford the cost of modern farm equipment or use fertilizer to increase crop yield because the systems and chemicals are relatively expensive. Also, water shortages limit farmers' ability to grow crops. Poverty in Nigeria caused by a lack of government support. Poverty in Nigeria is increasing. Most of its citizens are landless, earn less than $1 a day, and have no funds for education. The lack of government support services further worsens their plight. While many Nigerians lead a sophisticated life, the nation faces deep-seated problems that warrant government attention. In fact, extreme poverty is still a challenge today despite government and international efforts. Governance in Nigeria is characterized by widespread corruption, extreme poverty, and a lack of effective institutions capable of addressing the challenges of a modern economy. Poverty in Nigeria is multidimensional. It is estimated that roughly 68% of Nigerians did not have regular electricity at home in 2012. Causes of poverty in Nigeria are important to know so that we can control them. Poverty in Nigeria caused by inequality. Nigeria is a poor country with widespread, abject poverty. The causes are many and varied, but one factor is inequality. 1/2 of the population of Nigeria earns less than $1 a day. An estimated 65 million Nigerians live below the poverty line of $1.25 per day, and as many as 158 million falls below the slightly higher extreme poverty line of $2 per day. Much of Nigeria's poverty is due to the growing inequality between rich and poor. Inequalities exist in terms of access to health care, education, and opportunity, as well as income and wealth. Income inequality in Nigeria is getting more serious as the rich are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer. Causes of poverty in Nigeria are hard to understand, but we all need to work together to control these causes. Poverty in Nigeria caused by lack of education. The highest instance of poverty can be attributed to a lack of education. It's been noted that a good quality of education received will lead to a better quality of life at economic levels. Poverty sustains when ignorance is nurtured. There are some instances of lack of education due to poor schooling framework and poor teachers. In some cases, the schools are located in areas where educational facilities cannot be reached if not transportation problems. There is a high level of poverty in Nigeria due to the lack of education. Many families have children who are not educated and, therefore, cannot contribute to society in a meaningful way. One way that organizations help eradicate this problem is by building schools for free and providing education for African children.